Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is TVS Nightline. Our headlines for tonight. Prison riot in Ecuador leads to 31 deaths. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim will launch the Madani Economy Plan. Plus, Swinburne introduces law courses on native customary rights and MA63. With me, Yusuf Shukri. Let us begin. The death toll from a wave of violence over the weekend in one of the country's most dangerous jails rises to 31 after the government earlier declared a 60-day state for emergency for the country's prisons. Ecuador's government spokesperson said in a statement that the emergency declaration seemed to set off violence in the city of Esmeraldas, where 15 prison guards and 2 other staffers were being held hostage. As of now, at least 2,700 heavily equipped soldiers and police officers entered the Penitenciaria del Litoral prison after the enactment of the 60-day measure, regaining control of 3 cell blocks with controlled detonations. Meanwhile, clashes between gangs at the prison, which started on Saturday, have made the efforts difficult. The prosecutor's office raised the death toll to 31 from 18 in a post on social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter, and it also raised the number of injured to 14. The spokesperson also announced that some 120 prison officers had been freed after being held hostage in 6 jails around the country. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim will launch the Madani Economy, Empowering the People, which represents a new direction and guidance for the economy to ensure the country's future. Anwar stated in a note on his official Facebook page that the launch of this new direction will take place at the Securities Commission Malaysia's headquarters on Thursday morning at 9 a.m. The Malaysian economy recorded better than expected growth of 5.6% in the first quarter of 2023, which was driven solely by private sector expenditure. Earlier, Bank Negara Malaysia BNM Governor Dato' Abdul Rashid Ghaffur stated that the central bank maintains its projection for the country's gross domestic product or GDP growth this year between 4.0% and 5.0%. He mentioned that domestic demand remains resilient and the job market is improving, further supporting consumer spending. On February 24th, Anwar, who is also the finance minister, presented the government's first unity budget with an allocation of 388.1 billion ringgit, an increase from 372.3 billion ringgit, which was presented in October 2022. From that amount, 289.1 billion ringgit is allocated for operating expenditure and 99 billion ringgit for development expenditure, including 2 billion ringgit for long-term savings. Swinburne University of Technology Sarawak campus has announced the introduction of law courses with a specific focus on Native Customary Rights or NCR land and the Malaysian Agreement 1963 or MA63. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tunopeng made this announcement following the university's decision to allow students to enroll in a 1.5-year programs at the Sarawak campus before continuing their studies in related subjects at the Melbourne campus.
In addition to the law courses, the Swinburne University of Technology Sarawak campus has introduced courses in cybersecurity, data science, industrial design, and software engineering. The Premier, who also serves as the Pro-Chancellor of Swinburne University of Technology, stated that the campus currently has a population of 4,000 students, including 1,057 new students who enrolled last year.
Now, Latrobe Magnesium Group's 3 billion ringgit venture will produce 100,000 tons of low-carbon magnesium annually through the groundbreaking low-carbon magnesium plant. Sarawak Deputy Premier Dato' Ahmad Awang Tengah Ali Hassan revealed this after a courtesy visit from the Australia-based firm, unveiling their ambitious plan to construct a manufacturing plant in Samalaju Industrial Park, Bintulu. Tengah also pointed out that the Chief Executive Officer of Latrobe expressed admiration for Sarawak's capabilities in green hydropower and praised the existing infrastructure available to kickstart the project, and thus welcomes the firm's decision to invest and assured full facilitation of their investment process. The project aligns perfectly with the post-COVID-19 Development Strategy 2030, emphasizing environmental sustainability. Highland Development Agency, or HDA, prioritizes the development of critical primary infrastructure with a special focus on roads and bridges in the Baram area. Currently, the agency has identified 29 projects, out of which 8 have been completed. 12 are under implementation, 18 are under tender documentation, and 12 are under detailed design. In addition to these, 19 water supply projects and 2 power supply projects are also in progress. Its chairman, Dato' Amar Douglas Ugambas, said the agency's dedication to advancing development projects and socio-economic programs aimed at enhancing the well-being and livelihood of rural communities.
During the 6th board meeting of HDA, Regional Director Samuel Belawan provided project updates. The Long Lama to Logan Sibong Road upgrading project with a budget of 66.794 million ringgit is ahead of schedule, currently at 82.31% completion, surpassing its projected 58.68% completion date set for February 2024. 5 other road projects are progressing on schedule, including the upgrading works to Long Laput Road, Long Silat, Long Tikan, Long Jekitan, Long Mekaba Roads, and Long Banga Junction to Padali Road. However, there are 3 delayed projects, which are the bridge crossing Sungai Layun at Long Kevo, the Long Lama Temala Junction Main Road, and the UMMAH Spur Road, as well as the upgrading of Long Salaan and Long Moh Roads. The most critically delayed project is the construction and upgrading of the Long Atip and Long Bedians Spur Road, with a cost of 21.124 million ringgit. The delay is attributed to insufficient manpower, construction materials, and poor contractor performance.
Strengthening strategic relations among the global Muslim community is also a key focus, with the convergence of leaders and scholars at the International Conference of Muslim Scholars. Theme: the leadership and management synergy towards elevating the Ummah's dignity. Deputy Minister of Utility and Telecommunications Sarawak, Datuk Dr. Abdul Rahman Junaidi, envisions this conference as the birthplace of the next generation of KHAIRU Ummah, or the best Muslim community.
Kita masih sentiasa memerlukan input serta maklum-malas mengenai apakah agenda, tajuk, perkara, isu, permasalahan yang terbaik yang boleh kita bawa dalam perbincangan kita pada masa-masa yang akan datang. Alhamdulillah, pada kali ini kita menekankan kepada alam sekitar. Seperti yang baru kita dengar sebentar tadi, pentingnya kita terlibat secara langsung untuk memastikan bahawa kita dapat sama-sama menjaga alam semesta, menjaga bumi Allah ini untuk bekalan kita kepada generasi-generasi yang akan datang.
He said this during his speech at the International Conference of Muslim Scholars at the Sarawak Islamic Complex on Wednesday, July 26. The 2023 International Conference of Muslim Scholars is being held for 2 days starting July 25th at the Sarawak Islamic Complex, Kuching, in line with Sarawak's 60th anniversary. Among the panelists present at the Adjunct Fellow at the International Institute of Advanced Islamic Studies, Malaysia, Dr. Daud Bachelor, and the chairman of the Center for Islamic Studies, Universitas Nasional UNAS Jakarta, Dr. Fakhruddin Mangunjaya. Also present were the president of Sarawak Islamic Council, Dato' Misnu Taha, and the State Islamic Religious Department, JAIS Director Khalidi Ibrahim.
On to our next news. Borneo Ecofish Sendirian Berhad ventures into fish export with the support of Sarawak Trade and Tourism Office Singapore, or STATOS, set to ship 10 tons of Sarawak Batang Eye Crystal Tilapia to Singapore. Singaporean consumers can look forward to finding this batch of tilapia available for purchase at Sheng Siong Supermarket, the city-state's third largest supermarket chain with 67 stores. Managing Director of Borneo Ecofish, Thomas He, revealed that the Borneo Ecofish logo will soon grace the supermarkets in August as the shipment of 10 tons of Sarawak Batang Ai Crystal Tilapia is scheduled to depart from Kuching Port on July 31st.
He credited the continuous efforts of Status in organizing trade events in Singapore over the past few years to promote Sarawak products for making this achievement possible. However, he acknowledged that previous shipments had faced challenges due to factors such as the COVID-19 pandemic, local supply chain issues, logistic disruptions, and market disturbances.
Previously, we just sell them Sarawak tilapia fish. It's up to them to brand it.
Yeah.
I think at that time they brand it as Crystal Tilapia. Yeah. So now we thought that is not linked to our Sarawak brand. So now it is directly our fish with our brand on the back packing, and even a logo is going to be displayed in the shelf in Singapore. So that's why it is quite important for us to bring this awareness. If we can have the news to go to Singapore, even better, that in Singapore now, in Sheng Siong Supermarket, you will actually see our logo in the fish that we sell to them.
He highlighted that this milestone signifies a new era in exporting local fish, with the invaluable support of Status, utilizing Singapore as a stepping stone to reach the global market. Similarly, Status CEO Chew Chang Guan expressed that the Borneo Eco Fish Export Initiative paves the way for market opportunities, including marketing the fish to restaurants and industry players seeking to procure high-quality fish from Sarawak.
We can put forward our Borneo Eco Fish branding in Singapore because of what? Competition. Because in Singapore, not necessarily from Sarawak, but of other neighboring countries as well. But their quality is not good enough because ours is the best. So we have no muddy taste. But people don't know. But that is where our marketing effort have to be there, and to make sure people love Sarawak products, and they know once they taste it, they'll come back.
At Sheng Siong Supermarket, the cost of tilapia varies between 15 Singapore dollars, which is 51 ringgit and 54 cent, and 18 Singapore dollars, which is 61 ringgit and 84 cents. Sheng Siong is the second largest supermarket chain in Singapore, boasting 67 stores throughout the country.
Status promotes Assistance Scheme or PASS for local entrepreneurs to expand product marketing. Chief Executive Officer CEO of Status, Chew Chang Guan, encourages local entrepreneurs to apply for the Promotion Assistance Scheme or PASS to boost their product marketing. This initiative aims to help local suppliers compete with other products and strengthen production capacity both in Singapore and abroad.
Actually, we encourage more products from Sarawak to look for us if they are looking into penetrate into Singapore market or beyond. Then we have this scheme called Promotion Assistance Scheme, which they can apply through Status up to $10,000 a year. If you need more information, look for Status or go to our website. That is easier for them. We are happy to help all these suppliers. So I think this is a time for Sarawak to shine in international arena.
He said this in a press conference on the export of Batang Ai Tilapia to Sheng Siong Supermarket in Singapore on Wednesday. At the same time, the managing director of Borneo Eco Fish, Thomas He Tiong Kong, said that the PASS assistance from Status has facilitated their export products to penetrate foreign markets with ease. The support indirectly fosters trade, investment and tourism in Sarawak.
For us to penetrate the Singapore market, they also have the package of the subsidy scheme that can help us to pay for our listing fee and then all the other assistance that will make us more competitive to start with to sell our product in Singapore. How this thing go with the confidence that we have, and then with the acceptance of Singapore consumer, I think we can continuously do it. And slowly, if they appreciate the quality, they probably will pay more premium for our product, and they will bring benefit for the Sarawak also.
Dance athlete Elwin Jung aims to score a double goal as he prepares to compete in the World Championship of Performing Arts or WCOPA 2023. Teaming up with fellow Sarawakian Imran Azmi, they will represent Malaysia in the international competition, departing for Anaheim, USA on Thursday, July 27th.
Participate in the dance solo genre, 16 to 17 years old, and also in 6th genre, which is contemporary dance, lyrical dance, ethnic folklore dance, and open category, which I will perform ballet, and also jazz dance and musical theatre.
Elwin, who earned a spot in the national team last February, enthusiastically shared his journey with TVS, expressing his determination to make a mark for himself and his country on the global stage. Having been crowned the champion in the dance category of the Malaysian Championship of Performing Arts, MEGABUCKS, last year, Elwin's dedication to his craft is evident. Meanwhile, Imran, a talented musician, is gearing up to compete in the instrumental category, showcasing his exceptional skills with his cherished violin in a unique performance.
There's 11 members this year, which will in vocal, instrumental, and also dance. Yeah.
Anyone else from Sarawak?
Yeah, one is Imran Azim, is from Cebu. He will be perform instrumental.
Iskandar Roslan, aged 38, entered a guilty plea yesterday at the magistrate's court after he hit a police officer who was conducting a security control. The incident took place at Jalan Pustaka at around 11:55 a.m. on February 27th.
The victim, who was on patrol with another officer, had identified the accused riding a motorcycle without a helmet. He was asked to stop by the road for inspection as many as 4 times, but had refused. Then he made a U-turn towards both officers and attacked the victim. He missed his first hit, but his second and third punches hit the victim, which caused a commotion, which later resulted in the Iskandar's arrest. He was fined 2,500 ringgit and default 3 months of jail time under Section 353 of the Penal Code.
Royal Malaysian Navy Volunteer Reserve RMNVR promotes volunteerism with attractive benefits, and 4 people perish in Italy's wildfires. Those are the headlines coming up right after the break, so stick around. Welcome back to TVS Nightline. Yang di-Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah has expressed his hope that the warm relationship enjoyed by Malaysia and the Philippines will continue to blossom. Al-Sultan Abdullah said that the Philippines is an important partner to Malaysia, given the Philippines' close proximity and active involvement in ASEAN.
Malaysia and the Philippines have always shared close and long-standing relations. Bound by our shared aspiration of progress, peace and prosperity, our two countries share many commonalities and strong people-to-people ties.
The king said this in his speech at a state banquet held in honor of visiting Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and First Lady Luis Araneta Marcos. Al-Sultan Abdullah added further that mutual efforts and understanding are vital to further the two countries' relationship as they expand their partnership in areas such as agriculture, digital economy, and halal food industry. Also present at the banquet at Istana Negara here were Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim and his wife Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail, Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, and other cabinet members. The Royal Malaysian Navy Volunteer Reserve, or RMNVR, is offering payments of up to RM9 per hour to those who join its ranks. Lieutenant Muhammad Ismail Yaakob, Staff Officer of the Kuching Naval Reserve Unit, highlighted this among the potential benefits for those interested in joining RMNVR.
He informed that the NRU is offering opportunities for the public to join the unit on July 29th, with walk-in registrations taking place from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the premises of Kuching Naval Reserve Unit building.
Kita juga memberi kemudahan mileage dan juga kita pun mempelbagaikan aktiviti yang membolehkan warga awam tu sekiranya join PSS TDM, kita boleh memberi peluang untuk menembak dan juga khusus kejayaan yang dianjurkan oleh markas pasukan simpanan TLDM yang markasnya adalah di penempatan markasnya di Sungai Luncuj, Johor. Jadi dan juga ada yang certain khusus juga diadakan di KD Seri Penang yang di Pulau Pinang lah.
The NRU prioritizes young officers and soldiers who reside within a 100-kilometer radius from the city center. Training will be conducted twice a week on Tuesdays and Saturdays, starting from 6 in the evening until 10 p.m. The Naval Reserve Unit also welcomes participation from individuals with diverse backgrounds such as lecturers, teachers, and customs officers. The selection criteria for recruiting potential young officers and soldiers for RMN VR Series 2/23 are as listed.
On to some world affairs. 4 people died in wildfires in Italy as firefighters raced against time to douse the flames. It was reported by the local media that 3 people died in Sicily and another person in Reggio in Calabria. And adding that, almost 2,000 people were displaced because of the wildfires. A heat wave has hit the southern Europe with scorching temperatures bringing increased risk of fires and deaths. Whereas in some parts of eastern Sicily, temperatures rose to 47.6 degrees Celsius on Monday, July 24th, close to a record European high of 48.8 degrees Celsius recorded on the island 2 years ago. And finally, Japan's population continues to shrink at a record pace, with the number of Japanese falling to 122.4 million, 801,000 fewer than a year earlier. Japan's Ministry of Interior announced that this is the sharpest decline that the country has faced since the survey began in 1968. On top of the record 1.57 million deaths last year, there were only 772,000 births, fewer than ever before, which for the first time, all 47 prefectures in the country have recorded a decline in the number of Japanese citizens. Japan now has a population of 125.4 million people, which includes foreign residents, but still 511,000 fewer than the previous year, which also means that the population of the world's third largest economy has been declining for the last 14 years, thus making the country aging faster than any other industrial nation. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida has called for unprecedented measures to boost the birth rate in order to halt the population decline by 2030, but doubts remain as to whether such initiatives, which are mostly extensions of existing measures, will be effective. See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally, just a click away, by heading on to our website at www.tvstv.my or by following us on our social media platforms. And that's all the time we have for tonight's TVS Nightline. Once again, I'm Yusuf Shukri. Thank you for watching. Good night and Assalamualaikum.